In this particular lecture, we will discuss how we can solve the convolution sum problem and in a graphical way. Now we'll discuss one question. Here, the x of n is given by the equation 1, 4, then 3, 2. And here you can see that one arrow mark which indicates the reference point 0, index value 0. For n is equal to 0, signal magnitude is 4. And h of n is also given as a set 1, 3, 2, 1. And here we need to plot the signal because we are performing convolution sum. So we need to use the equation y of n is equal to x of n convolution h of n, sigma k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. So we can evaluate this convolution sum in graphical way. So first we need to plot x of n and h of n. So in order to plot x of n and h of n, we required observing the signal x of n. You can see that the signal reference point is indicated at 4, means at 0, n is equal to 0, the signal magnitude is 4. That's a mean. So here the amplitude is 4. Now this is for n is equal to 0, and next value when n is equal to 1, the signal amplitude is 3. Here it is 3. And for next n is equal to 2, the signal magnitude is 2. And the left side, when n is equal to minus 1, the signal amplitude is 1. So this is a given signal x of n. Now similarly you can plot h of n. If you observe h of n, there is no reference point, means the first value at n is equal to 0. So you can plot 1 here, and next value 3. So this is 3, and next 2, and finally 1. So this is h of n. But in order to perform the convolution sum, we know that we require x of k and h of n minus k. So first we will plot x of k. So simply replacing n with k. So here the variable is k. So simply you can draw the signal x of k by changing the index value n to k. Similarly, h of k by changing the index value n to k. And when you do the problem, we know that h of n minus k we can plot by from h of n. So if you know h of n, you can change the variable to h of k. That's the first step. If you know h of k, you can draw h of minus k. And if you know h of minus k, you can plot h of minus k plus n. That is simply h of n minus k. And first we will plot h of minus k from h of k. So that is a time reversed version. So the signal 3 now at minus 3, that is 1. You'll take the mirror image, and 2 becomes minus 2, and signal at 1 you can plot at minus 1. Now we'll get 3 here, and 0 at 0, signal magnitude is 1. So this is simply h of minus k. So now we got x of k and h of minus k. Now we can evaluate this particular equation. That is y of n is equal to x of n convolution h of n, or given by the equation k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. So if you observe this particular equation, we know that for different values of n, we need to find y of n. And so for that, we need to know the starting point of the signal y of n. So how we can find the starting point of y of n. See, if you know the signal x of n, in this particular case, x of n will start from -1 onwards and end to the starting point of h of n, that is 0. If you know the starting point of x of n and h of n, you can simply find the starting point of y of n, that is n1 plus n2. Means you can find -1 plus 0, which is equal to -1. Means we need to evaluate this particular signal, that is y of n, from -1 onwards. That is, first we need to write when n is equal to -1. When n is equal to -1, you can write your y of n like this. Y of -1 is equal to, in this particular equation, if you substitute, it becomes k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. In place of n, you can substitute -1 minus k. And if you know h of minus k, you can plot h of -1 minus k by simply shifting the signal to left side. Okay. So if you rewrite this h of minus k minus 1, it will be something like this: h of minus k minus 1. Means the given signal you need to shift. Here you can see that h of minus k, and h of minus k minus 1 means you need to add this -1 to each index value. So 0 becomes -1, -3 becomes -4. So the entire signal will be shifted to left by 1 unit. So that's an easy way to evaluate the problem. So we can draw that signal. Now we'll plot that by observing h of minus k. So here you can plot h of -1 minus k. So now the signal starts from -4 onwards. -4 it is 1, at -3 it's 2, and 3 here, and 1. This is actually h of -1 minus k. And now we can substitute the values of x of k and h of -1 minus k. You can simply multiply and add. That's a meaning. So take the corresponding values here. So y of -1 you can calculate. So if you observe the value at -4, here it is 0, here it is 1. So you can substitute x of k 0 into 1. So we don't actually perform this, but we'll write for the first case. Here it is minus, at -3 it's 0, and the second signal is 2. So we'll write 0 into 2 plus next signal at -2, again it is 0, 0 into 3 plus, for the next case at -1 it is 1 into 1 plus next case again, if you multiply, it's 4 into 0. Similarly, you can write the next values, 3 into 0 plus 2 into 0. After that, 0 into 0. So if you observe this particular equation, there is only non-zero magnitude, that is here, 1 into 1. So your final result, you can write 1. So you got the first signal, y of -1, or at n is equal to -1, the signal magnitude is 1. Similarly, we need to evaluate the next values. When you evaluate the next value, that is already we evaluated n is equal to -1. Now we can evaluate n is equal to 0, because we need to plot the signal for different values of n. Now we'll take another case, that is n is equal to 0. If n is equal to 0, you can write the equation like this: y of 0 is equal to sigma k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of 0 minus k. That is, 0 minus k means simply h of minus k. So now we need h of minus k. So we already know h of minus k. We can simply plot that h of minus k here, because h of minus k is here. We can plot that h of minus k. The signal x of k and h of minus k, you can multiply and the corresponding values. At minus 3 it's 0, so we don't want to perform that operation. Then minus 2 it is 0. So at minus 1 there is a non-zero magnitude for x of k, that is 1. So we'll start from this particular point, that is from minus 1 onwards, because the non-zero magnitude starts here. Here it's from minus 3 onwards, but here x of k is having non-zero magnitude only from minus 1 onwards. So at minus 1 here it is 1, and for the signal h of minus k it is 3. So you can write 1 into 3 plus, for the next case, at 0 x of k magnitude is 4, and for h of minus k it is 1. So you can write 1 into 3 plus 4 into 1. And for the remaining values, x of k is having some non-zero magnitude, but h of minus k is 0. So we don't want to evaluate further. So you can write it's 3 plus 4, which is equal to 7. So now we got at n is equal to 0, the signal magnitude is 7. Next, we can plot for n is equal to 1. Similarly, we need to continue for particular values. And similarly, you can find the end point also. Here already we find out the starting point of the signal y of n. Similarly, you can find out the end point also. For to find the end point, you can observe the signal x of n. Here you can see that it's the first signal ends at 2, and second signal h of n at 3. Okay, by observing these values, here it is 2, here it is 3. So you can add simply these two values. So 2 plus 3, 5. So end point, you can see that is 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. So we need to evaluate y of n up to y of 5. Now we can plot for n is equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, if you write the equation, it becomes y of 1 is equal to sigma k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of 1 minus k. That is h of minus k plus 1. Okay. Now we'll plot h of minus 1, sorry, 1 minus k. We already know the signal h of minus k. Simply shift the signal 1 unit towards right. Okay. We already know h of minus k, that is h of minus k plus 1. So we can shift the entire signal 1 unit towards right. This is 1, and here it is 3. Okay, actually we need to change the axis also, because we need to write 2, 4 here. Then here it is 3. Here you can plot 2, and here it is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1. Now we got h of 1 minus k, and you can find out y of 1. And if you observe with the signal x of k, uh, x of k is having non-zero magnitude from minus 1 onwards. At minus 1, x of k is 1, and h of 1 minus k magnitude is 2, plus next value is 4 at k is equal to 0, and here h of 1 minus k magnitude is 3. Then next value is 3 into 1. So, and after that, if you multiply, it's 2 into 0, etc. So we don't want to perform that. So you'll get it's 2 plus 12 plus 3. So you'll get 17. So y of 1 is equal to 17. And one more thing, when you draw this waveform, the index values are k. So please make sure that you are indicating the k value. Now we can perform the next operation, that is for n is equal to 2. And if you perform n is equal to 2, you can see that y of 2 is equal to uh, sigma k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of 2 minus k. So that is h of minus k plus 2, because we already know h of 1 minus k. If you shift this particular signal towards 1 unit right, you will get h of 2 minus k. Either you can draw in that way, or we already know h of minus k. If you are taking the reference as h of minus k, you need to shift the signal towards 2 unit. And if you consider h of 1 minus k, you can shift the entire signal 1 unit towards right. Then you will get h of 2. Now we can see h of 2 minus k, which is simply shifted 1 unit with respect to h of 1 minus k. See here, signal starts from minus 2, here it starts from minus 1 onwards. And now we need to multiply x of k and h of 2 minus k. So this is the signal x of k and this is h of 2 minus k. And if you observe the signal x of k and h of 2 minus k, you can see that from minus at minus 1, so you can plot or you can find out y of 2 at k is equal to minus 1, the first signal amplitude is 1, and h of 2 minus k is 1. So 1 into 1 plus, and at 0, here the amplitude is 4 and here it is 2. So 4 into 2 plus next value 3 into 3 plus, we can write it's 2 into 1. So corresponding values you can multiply and you can add. So you'll get 1 plus 8 plus 9 plus 2. So we'll get 20, and y of 2 is equal to 20. Now we need to find out for n is equal to 3, and for finding n is equal to 3, and you can multiply or you can write the equation x of k into h of 3 minus k. If you substitute, you will get, and you can draw the signal h of 3 minus k by simply shifting the h of 2 minus k towards right 1 unit. And now we can multiply and add the values. Now we can find out y of 3. And one more thing, when you do the problem an exam point of view or in a notebook, make sure that you are plotting x of k and all other signals in a single page. Then only you can evaluate this. Otherwise, again, you need to draw x of k. So always make sure that you are performing the entire operation from x of k onwards in a single page. Then it will be easy to evaluate. Otherwise, it's very difficult to synchronize x of k and the other shifted signals. Now we can multiply the corresponding values x of k and h of 3 minus k, and here you can see that start from minus 1 onwards, but h of 3 minus k is 0. So we'll take only the non-zero magnitude, that is 4 into 1 at 0, and next 3 into 2 plus 2 into 3. So you'll get the magnitude 4 plus 6 plus 6. So we'll get I think I missed some values. No, I think it's correct. 4 plus 6 plus 6, that is 16. 12 plus 4, 16. Now you got y of 3. Similarly, you can find n is equal to 4. Simply shifting the signal 1 unit right, you will get h of 4 minus k in this particular equation. Now we can multiply x of k and h of 4 minus k. So to get in a single page, I will minimize this, and you will get y of 4 like this. Y of 4 is equal to it becomes 3 into 1, because the non-zero magnitude only at k is equal to 1 and k is equal to 2. So next value is 2 into 2. So you will get 3 plus 4, which is equal to 7. And the last value y of 5 you can calculate by simply substitute n is equal to 5 in this particular equation. So and you can draw the waveform simply shifting towards right. So this is y of 5. Y of 5, we can again we can check the non-zero magnitudes for the corresponding values. So I can draw at k is equal to 2 some values. So 2 into 1. Okay, at k is equal to 2, x of k magnitude is 2 and h of 5 minus k is 1. So you'll get 2. So we got different values for n is equal to 0, n is equal to minus 1, n is equal to 2, etc. up to n is equal to 5. Now we need to plot the entire signal on a single graph, and we can write the final equation. The different values of y, you can finally write y of n, which is 1, 7, 17, 20, 16, 7, 2 in a sequential way. And you can also put this arrow mark to indicate y of 0 or n is equal to 0. This arrow indicate and at n is equal to 0, the signal is 7. So if you know this particular point, you can plot other values. You can see this particular graph. You can start at n is equal to 0, you can plot 7, and towards right 17, 20, 16, 7, 2, and towards left side it's at minus 1, it's 1. And make sure that the index value is n, because finally we are plotting y of n. When you do the problems, we will use k as the variable, and the given signal is x of n and h of n, and when you convolute this particular signal, you will get y of n. This is again index value set, and make sure that when you perform the shifting operation, all the signals should be in a synchronized way, aligned way. Then only you can easily find out different values.